Good morning. Well, today it's going to be 48 degrees. I'm going to have some nice salted caramel coffee this morning to wake me up and to delight my taste buds. So it's not supposed to rain today until this evening. I really should take a trip to Costco, and I just don't want to. It seems like since the holidays, I just can't get caught up. I don't know what's going on with me. I think I need some Geritol. Do you guys remember Geritol? They used to advertise it all the time. For seniors, if you're tired, I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know if they make that stuff anymore. So I really need to do some cleaning up today, at least some. I still haven't put away my Christmas tree, and it's nearing the end of the week. I just haven't felt like it. Since it's such a little tree, I have a big, huge black plastic garbage bag that I keep it in when Christmas is over. I keep it in the basement. I used to keep it up in the attic, but I found it too hard to bring it up and down the attic steps because my garage attic is a pull down. So it's kind of hard to get things out of there. So I started keeping it in the basement in my exercise room that now has turned into a storage room for some of my grandson's things. But it's not that big a deal. I don't know. I just have to talk myself into getting a little bit more motivated. So, I don't know, this morning for breakfast I cut up half of a potato yesterday. I made fries out of half. And then the other half I cut into cubes. So I think I'll do something with those this morning. I put them in water. And they say actually that French fries and things will be crispier if you store them in water and then pat them dry. So I'm going to give that a try. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy some of my coffee. So let me give this a taste. I'm sure it tastes the same as the last time. Yes, it does. Tastes exactly the same. Could use a little more creamer. All right, that should do it. Sometimes you have to get just the right balance of creamer to your coffee. All right, I'm going to enjoy this cup, and then I'll be back in a little bit. We'll take a look in my freezer and refrigerator, mostly my refrigerator, because I have few things in there now to eat for today. And so I'll be back in a little bit. So good morning. Cheers. I hope you're having a good day. I know not all of you are in the same time zone I'm in, but for me it's morning and it's coffee time and it's quiet time. I enjoy my morning coffee. I don't like when I have to jump out of bed and I have an appointment and I have to get there at a certain time. I like a nice relaxing morning, and then I kind of work my way up into getting some things done, and then I work on things till, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and by then I'm shot. I have to unsquish my spine and sort of lay flat for a while, and then by then I just don't feel like doing anything else. So I wish I had more energy, but I guess it's part of the process. And I know my mom never had these issues. She didn't have the issues I have, and that's probably why she's lived as long as she has, because even now, and she's had quite a few very serious medical issues, but even now she's like the Energizer Bunny. She just keeps on going. My dad was a little bit more low-key. He liked to get in his comfy chair and, you know, he worked hard. He did. He was a hard-working man. But when he was done, he liked to relax. I remember sitting with him on Saturday mornings and watching all the cartoons, and then we'd watch Star Trek when that came out. He liked that, and I liked it too. So I still like it. I like all those science fiction things. I'm not a big one for, you know, the huge romance movies. Some of them I really liked, like Ghost, and I liked Top Gun. You know, I still haven't watched the new one. I really need to. I forgot about it actually, but it's supposed to be good. So good for Tom Cruise. Anyway, it's going to be 48 today, like I said, but it's been unseasonably warm this winter. Our winters, by January, it's usually, you know, consistently in the 20s and 30s here in Ohio. Now we do have Lake Erie that keeps the area warmer until it cools off and freezes over. But I don't even think it's frozen over. Well, it really can't be. We haven't had that long of a stretch of cold. But, and then we get a lot of the lake, what's called lake effect snow, where you get these clouds of precipitation and then it just kind of dumps, especially on the east side here. There's little pockets that around where they get more snow than we do. And where I live here in my little town, we're not in that area, but we get a lot of snow too sometimes. So, and I know those of you in California, oh my gosh, what's going on over there? Holy moly. Oh, wasn't there a song, It Never Rains in Southern California? Well, I guess somebody didn't get the memo, because you guys have been getting hammered, and I really feel bad for you. But I guess we all get our turn here in Ohio. We get tornadoes, which is always scary, and there's been towns that have almost been wiped out by tornadoes. I remember years ago there was Zinnia, Ohio, and it was flattened. So, but knock on wood, you know, that doesn't happen. So anyway, we do the best we can and enjoy the weather when we can, and when we can't, then we stay inside. I feel for the homeless people. I mean, you know, it's like, especially in those states where it's the cost of living is so ridiculously expensive. You know, I mean, there's something wrong there. The model just isn't the city model. The government is just not what it should be. Let's put it that way. So I do feel for those people. I can't even imagine. We don't have too many homeless here. I'm sure they're out there, but because of the weather, they all migrate to warmer climates. So, because you would literally freeze to death here during a typical winter, you would definitely freeze to death here if you didn't have a warm place. So I wanted to talk a little bit too about some of the channels I watch here on YouTube that I like, that kind of keep me updated on a lot of things that are going on in the world. I do not watch mainstream news. I don't really think that everything they report is accurate, and they leave a lot of things out. So I do watch a lot of other channels that present different viewpoints. So one of them is Crossroads with Joshua Phillip. He's an analyst, and he works with Epic Times, and they actually have their own channel, which I'm not subscribed to because you do have to pay for it. But I really, really like his analysis and how he presents things and explains things. It's very enlightening. Another guy that I like to watch is Stephen Turley. He's another analyst that analyzes a lot of things that are going on in I call it a clown world lately. But I like watching him. And then there's a fellow in Norway that he's always out in the woods. He's like a mountain man looking kind of guy. Very smart guy though. What is his name? Johansson is his last name. Andres Johansson, I think it is. He has his middle name there too. And he talks to you, he's camping in the woods, and he does a lot of the talking about what's going on too. So I really enjoy his channel. But anyway, I just wanted to pass that along to some of you that might be interested in viewing some of that and maybe getting a different perspective on what you normally see on the mainstream news. So I'm not grocery shopping, you guys know that, but I don't want to go to Costco. They have great prices on gasoline though, you know. But I try and keep my car filled up. Whenever I see the price drop, I fill it up, even if it only needs $5. I put gas in. That way it saves a little bit on gas. And I mean, I don't drive around looking for gas stations that, you know, have a good price on gas. But if I'm out and about and I see the prices dropped, I fill up my tank. So that helps save a little bit of money on gas. Bjorn Andres Johansson, that's the guy's name. I had to think about that. But anyway, I don't want to give any false information, but that's the guy's channel, and I really enjoy his commentaries. Well, anyway, I just wanted to have some coffee with you this morning. And I'm going to ponder here a little bit yet to see if I'm actually going to get dressed and go to Costco. I'm thinking that's what I should do because tonight it's supposed to start raining and then it's going to be cold a couple days and we're supposed to get some snow. So I think I should go today. Otherwise it's going to be the weekend, and then, you know, the weekend it's just a zoo there. All right, so I will be back in a little bit, and we'll take a look in my fridge and see what the meal plan is for today. Okay, let's see what's for brunch today. Still lots of things to eat. I have this sausage for dinner, so that's good. I still have some onion I need to use up, so that'll be good. I still have half a sandwich from yesterday, and this was egg and cheese, so I want to eat that up. So we'll get that out. Here's the potatoes that I cut up, half a potato. I still have half of one of these patties. I think I might give that to the dogs as a treat, because they like that every once in a while. Let's see, for dinner, I still have some Madras lentils. I could eat that with the sausage. I could have another hot dog, but one of my viewers was saying that this is really tasty on top of macaroni and cheese. So I could do that, make some macaroni and cheese and have that, and then just cut up the sausage on the side. That sounds really good. In here I have the chickpeas and the Loma Linda Greek bowl that I didn't really like. So I think today I might make some patties with that and use up the rest of the chickpeas. I'm not going to make more yogurt out of this batch because, like I said, this is starting to taste a little bit bitter. It's got a bitter taste to it, which I don't like. So I'll probably just get rid of that. But I do want to use up these chickpeas, and I might even stick a few in with this just to give it a little extra protein. So, all right, well, that's my meal plan for today. I might have a side salad because in here I still have some celery, carrots, and one romaine. Then I still have this cabbage. I want to make some sauerkraut out of that, part of it. And then I want to make like a deconstructed stuffed cabbage and use up these peppers, so make it like a combination of stuffed peppers and stuffed cabbage. So I want to do that. Let's see, down here I still have 4 oranges. I think I'll eat one of those. Yeah, so we're eating down the food, but there's still lots of potential in here for more food. And like I said, I haven't been doing too much with freezer food because I want to eat up the refrigerator food first and supplement it a little bit with the freezer food. And then I will work on the freezer. So my plan is kind of to buy a fruit box and a veggie box once a month. Those are $5 each. And I want to see if I can get through a month just with that. All right, I will meet you at the stove. All right, well, here is my breakfast for today. It's actually lunchtime. It's 11:30. Just the other half of my egg and cheese sandwich with mayonnaise and an orange. And if I'm still hungry, I'll have some yogurt. So, okay, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see what else is up. All right, I'm here at my stove, and I want to make those patties. So here is the Loma Linda, what's left of the Greek bowl. And yesterday I had a few barbecue chickpeas left over. I stuck those in there. But here's what I'm going to put in there. I have more barbecue sauce, just a little bit. I have some seasoned breadcrumbs, and I really processed these. It's almost like a flour, and I made that with dry bread. I have onion and garlic powder, and then, of course, the rest of my chickpeas. So I'm going to put the rest of those in here, mash them up a little bit, and and one egg. That'll help bind it. If you're vegan, you can use a flax egg, but I like eggs, so I'm going to do that. So alright, I'm just going to stick all my ingredients in here and I'll be back. Okay, so I seasoned this with onion powder, garlic powder. I put the rest of the chickpeas in here, and I have about a tablespoon of barbecue sauce. I don't want this to taste just barbecue sauce, but this barbecue sauce is extremely smoky, which is nice. So I just added about a tablespoon, and so with the other chickpeas that already had the seasoning on it, it's probably about 2 tablespoons of the barbecue sauce. So here I'm going to put maybe a quarter to a third of a cup of the breadcrumbs. Like I said, this is almost like a flour because it's so fine. I don't want to put too much. So that's about a quarter of a cup, and then once I mix this up, I'll be able to tell better how much I actually need. And then an egg. And like I said, you know, you can always put a flax egg or just egg or whatever it is you eat. Okay, so I'm going to mix this all up and mash these chickpeas a little bit. But I want to leave it a little bit chunky. I don't want it totally mushy. And then I'm thinking this is probably going to make about 3 or 4 patties. And I just want to make it bun size. So, and then I'm going to freeze these. But I didn't want the chickpeas to go bad. They've been in my refrigerator for maybe 4 or 5 days. So I'm just going to make these up and freeze them and to enjoy another meal. So I think this could actually use a little bit more breadcrumbs. It's pretty wet. So I'm going to add a little bit more. So I would say maybe a third of a cup. But you don't want them so dry that they don't stick together. All right, I'm going to make this into patties. You know, you can add salt, pepper, whatever seasonings you like. It's your food. Learn what spices that you like. You could add a little bit of, if you like a kick, you can add a little bit of Tony Chachere's to this, or you could put some cayenne in here. But I just want a little bit milder flavor. And then I'm going to bake these, probably at 350 for, I would say 20 minutes, and then turn them over and bake them another 15-20 minutes until they're done. Okay, I'll be back once I get these formed. Okay, I ended up cutting up some of the onion that I had left in the fridge, and I wanted to tell you too that use whatever leftover rice you have. You don't have to have the little Melinda rice or the bowl, you know, just use whatever rice you have. And, you know, whatever beans you have. I just so happen to have chickpeas. You can add sweet potato to this. You know, if you have a lot of things left over, turn them into a patty. And you can eat them that way. And with this, you don't have to eat it on a bun. You can eat it as a side with whatever else you have, with a baked potato or, yeah, so, you know, get creative with your leftovers. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Leftovers you would throw away, you might make something tasty out of them. So this is about the consistency you want so that it starts to stick together. Now you can put this in the refrigerator for an hour or two to firm up. And that's it. I'm going to bake these now. And I'll show you what they look like when burgers are done. Here's what they look like. Seems like they're nice and firm. I'm going to give a little corner of this a taste and see if it was worth keeping. So there's some onion in here. Let's see. They're good. Okay, I'm going to freeze these now as soon as they've cooled off, and that's enough for 4 more meals. All right, well, it's time to wrap things up. It's dinner time. So I made some simple box macaroni and cheese, and then I put the Madras lentils over the top. I cut up my sausage that I made yesterday, just reheated it. So there is my dinner for tonight. Picture time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this, and I'm going to wrap things up. So that's all I have for you today, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.